I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Kerry Heaps. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing fabulous, and I'm just so honored and humbled that I'm here talking with you this evening.
Hey, it's a great pleasure to connect with you as well, Kerry. Please tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Florida. I'm actually in the Panhandle area, which is between Tallahassee and Panama City Beach.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I think it's like you're the fourth person I'm speaking to in Florida tonight, which is intriguing. I'm glad that I'm not too north, right? So it's warm still in Florida, right?
Well, I think it's cold, but most people, if they come here from another area of the country, they're like, "Oh, it feels great here. It's warm," and but I've lived here a long time, so my
It's
blood's
cold.
kind of thin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Well, my friend, please tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time.
The talent that's responsible for that is my talent for networking.
Who did you learn that skill from?
Well, I actually started out, I learned a couple of things. I joined an organization called BNI, Business Network International. Oh goodness, that was probably back in 2004, 2005.
Wow.
And I learned quite a bit from them. But honestly, over the years, I've really honed my networking skills and ability to connect people because I'm just a natural connector. I kind of self-taught a lot of it, to be honest.
And now that you've been doing that and you've seen the results, why will you continue?
Oh, well, I will definitely continue to network. And as a matter of fact, and I can't talk too much about it, but I've been working on a patent for a product to teach other people how to network. And
Oh,
I'm hoping that that's going to be out in the marketplace. I'm hoping 2018. So yes, I will definitely be continuing that.
well,
Absolutely.
congratulations. Look at you. Well done, well done. Love it, love
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing more about that. Definitely. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently, Kerry, over the last 3 years.
One thing that I have done consistently is getting interviewed. When I say interviewed, I'm talking about media interviews, whether it's on TV, radio, podcasting, writing articles, being quoted in an article, but definitely media promotion.
How does that make you feel?
Well, I love it. I absolutely love to get interviewed and to be able to write articles and to, be asked to comment on different things. So it makes me feel great to be able to share my expertise. I'm a big believer in if you don't promote yourself, why should anyone else?
Yeah, well, I mean, do share with us what is your expertise or what are your expertise?
Well, my expertise is primarily in the marketing arena for businesses, which that also encompasses networking, media training. I do a lot of that because I do a lot of interviewing. And also to just stage presentation. I do a lot in the pageant arena, training contestants to compete in national and international pageants. And they all kind of go hand in hand. It's all about having a really good positive self-image, promoting yourself, and not being afraid to promote yourself because so many people are. So
Yeah.
many people don't want to go out there and talk about what they're an expert in. And, you know, you really have to not be, I don't want to say ashamed, but you really have to not be humble sometimes because if you're really an expert at what you're doing, then you'd want to share it. You want to share it so you can help other people. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, most definitely. Our mutual friend that connected us, I did listen to the conversation you had on that podcast, and I think it was really intriguing the way you brought truth. All right, truth. We'll go with truth, right? The way you brought truth to the table in terms of an expert and how they can give their value via different mediums, so that they're not wasting their time, right? I think that's definitely something that's close to your heart, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And I think once people start doing it, and I was the same way when I first started doing interviews, I was nervous. And I still sometimes get butterflies in my stomach. And I think that's perfectly normal. But once you start doing it, you really will have a great time. And it's just a wonderful experience. And it's just a great way to get your knowledge, get it out there, get it in front of more people. The more people who know about you, the better, the more people you can serve.
Now, where's the best place for someone to connect with you, Kerry?
I would say that the best place that they could connect with me would be my personal website. So that's kerryheaps.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, Kerry, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Kerry, what is your earliest childhood memory?
The earliest childhood memory that I have was my mother bathing me in the kitchen sink. I was pretty tiny, so I do remember getting bathed in the kitchen sink and just having a great time.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I think I was about maybe 4 or 5 at the time. I guess maybe 4. I do remember being very young, but I think the reason it's so clear is because I felt safe. I was with my mother. It was a good memory. I was having fun, and I think sometimes that can stick out more in our memory bank than something negative, if it's a really positive, safe environment for a child.
Yeah. How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I would say it probably relates a lot, actually, because I felt so safe and warm, and just I was there with someone who I knew cared about me. And that's something that when I started my business, which was, gosh, we're going on 13 years ago, I really felt alone when I started my business. I had a couple of different state organizations that I went to for help, and they all kind of told me the same thing. You'll never make it. You don't have enough capital. I mean, they told me every negative possible thing that you can think of. Well, here it is. It's, many, many years later. And that's just something that I'm just so adamant about. I don't want anybody to feel alone on their journey. If they're feeling stuck or they're struggling, my hope is that the information that I put out there and the people that I converse with and that I feature in some of the articles that I write, that it's helping to give them some type of comfort, to feel better about where they're at, to feel a little bit safer. Does that make sense?
It does. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yeah.
I love the idea of the expert being able to use what is available. Mm-hmm. The fact that your mother is there using what is available and ensuring that you as the customer in this particular picture is getting the best results for their money, if you would, right?
Right.
I love that and the connection of that, understanding now that you are helping others understand through your expertise that they can use what they do have, who they are and what they do. And you definitely utilize that and show them how to do that. That's intriguing.
Absolutely.
If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Well, this is going to show my true age here, but I think my favorite song when I was 12, I loved Cyndi Lauper. And I really liked her song True Colors, the really nice song, and it still is one of my favorite songs today.
Yeah, well, it definitely connects, right? I mean, what you're speaking about is definitely one person being in their true colors, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, Kerry, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Kerry?
Absolutely.
Kerry, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I have.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No, I don't.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yeah, probably 3 hours a week.
And what about screen time? The phone and the computer, is it more than 8 hours or less than 8 hours a day?
It's definitely more than 8 hours a day. I love to talk.
But Kerry, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
I would have to go with what I normally tell people, that, you have to, if you're not willing to promote yourself, why should anyone else?
Kerry Heaps, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would just say, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to have bad days, and that's all they are. It's just a bad day. Tomorrow there's a whole world of possibilities. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring, and just keep that in mind.
Love it. Kerry Heaps, again, great pleasure. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.